Hello, just a short video this morning to show you how I've been making some of my Christmas tags. I decided this year to make all of my own, some of my Christmas presents, so this is how I'm doing it. So I've got pieces of card from my just stash of bits of cards for things to make in the future. So just like this, little pieces of card. Doesn't really matter what size, obviously, as long as they're not as big as your room, but you know what I mean. A substantial piece of card. Let's just zoom in a bit. Got my Mod Podge and a brush. Let's take the lid off that. And then I've got from the scraps, because I'm looking through my scraps as well at the moment. So things that I'm making, my cards, etc., using scraps. So I've torn some up into small pieces, put them in there. And the first thing I'm going to do is Mod Podge onto here. So, and this is your base layer, and this is from The Idea, which I've magpied, is from Roy Marie Jenkins. I'm just going to stick my pieces of little pieces of paper on here just to give that a base. Now I'm not concerned about having them all the right way up. I'm not concerned about having them in line. All I'm oops, what happened to my piece of paper then? Oh, there it is. I'm not concerned about hold on, that must have been two pieces stuck together. I'm not concerned about having them in line. It literally is. See, it's stuck on the back of there. It literally is a Mod Podge of hodgepodge, Mod Podge of pieces of random scraps of paper. Let's stick that one on there. So how's everybody doing? Is everybody ready for Christmas? You can hear the dogs barking in the background because there's 3 dogs here, and I keep saying this never again, never again. My daughter's dog, so we've got our own elderly little doggy. She's not making any noise. She's just quiet and a beautiful grown-up self. She's 12 years old and just isn't fazed by these younger dogs. Then we've got here the puppy that lives here. That's my son's dog, Norma. She lives here. And then we've got my daughter, who used to live in Durham, who now lives not far away, has gone up to Edinburgh for a couple of days to the Christmas fairs with her husband. So she said, could you look after Molly? And we've looked after Molly so many times in the past. No problem. But put Molly, who's only 2, with Norma, who's only, a few months old. Not a good combination. They just want to play all the time. They're having a barking competition at the moment. They just drive me crazy. Anyway, Jessica and James are back from Edinburgh today. So therefore, they'll be taking Molly back again. But I think while Norma's living here now, I cannot have the 3 dogs here again. And I'm going to have to tell Jess that. So this is actually, can you see this has got a pocket? I'm actually going to use this as this one. I'm going to make into a money envelope. Thought that'd be nice for Christmas. Because I do like to buy presents, but one of my relatives wanted some cash to buy something with. So I'm going to give him the money. So it doesn't matter if they go over the edge of your card, because we'll trim those off after. Be pleased to hear there's no drying involved today, so I won't have to listen to that noise. So you can see I'm just putting them on randomly. Some people put all the writing the right way up. Some people have all the little pieces of paper the same size. You know, it's purely your choice. As for me, it doesn't matter which way up they go, and it doesn't matter the sizes of the paper. It doesn't matter if I've got white space sort of showing. So there we go. So that's how you do your base layer. So when that dries, put my brush there. When that dries, it will look like this. So actually, let's just cut that. You know where I've overlapped? Let's just cut that off. Dries very quick, the Mod Podge. It's a real muggy, foggy, not muggy. Oh yeah, muggy, foggy morning this morning. And it looks so miserable outside. I'm going out later, taking my mum to do a little bit of shopping. She wants some new clothes, so I'm taking her for those. Right, so then what I've been doing with this is I've jelly printed it so that it looks like this. Now, as you can see, I've done this on some corrugated card because that looks nice as well, because I'm using up scraps. So we're going to do this so it looks like this. This is what we're doing next. So let's just move that paper out of the way. And let's get our jelly printer. Jelly for jelly printing. And we're going to put some different paints on there. You can see I've been using this. You can see the golds, and I'm using gold and green and red. So first of all, I'm going to put some green. So I'm just using whatever I've got. I've not been out and bought specially. This is just Hobbycraft's own green acrylic paint, and it's called Clover Green. Ooh. Let's just clean that up a bit. And we'll just put a few blobs on there. Get our brayer. There we go. And then I've got some of my next colour, which is, I actually haven't got any red acrylic, but I've got this red, it's called Cherry Red, and this is just chalk acrylic. It's like I say, I'm using up anything I've got. I'm going to try and have a year of not buying anything, you know, unless I absolutely need it. Might put just a bit too much there then. Let's just take that off. Take some of that off. Right, take some of that off. Right, and then I just over the top with that. Actually, I'll bring it back now over here. So there's some red, and then I've got some gold. And this is my best gold. This is Newton & Windsor, but my ordinary one had run out, so I had to open a new one, which, like I say, is my very best gold. So let's just spread some of that on there. Spread a little happiness. Just going to put a little bit more red on it. There we go. And then I get my dried, it doesn't have to be perfectly dried, but this is dried because I did it the other day, and just press onto that. You can just brayer over it. there we have it. That's lovely, isn't it? I love this. Love doing that. I've never really been a jelly printer until just recently. I thought, God, I've got the jelly printer, I've got to use it. Let's do a bit more on this bit here. There we go. Some there. So just keep checking it and jellying it. And there we go. So it looks like that. Lovely. And then put that to dry. And when it dries, remove that from there now. When it dries, we end up with this. So then I decide on the size. Gosh, I meant to put my apron on. Let's just put my apron on because I start touching myself and then end up with acrylic paint all over my clothes. Right. So then I decide how big I want my tag. So I've had some pretty decent sized tags this year for my Christmas presents. I'm going to go about this big. So I just cut up. You can cut it on the cutter if you so choose. I'm going to cut a corner there. I'm going to take that piece over here and cut there. Let's move this. So there is my lovely little tag, a lovely big tag. I'm really pleased with that. And then what I'm going to do is decorate this side of it. I'm going to just have a look at that bottom because that just looks a bit skewy there. Right, so what I'm going to do on here is I earlier cut out some poinsettias. And I'm going to decide on there where I want them to go. Do I want them like this or do I want them on? I actually think I want them on about there. So what I'm going to do is take some paper and I'm going to put, this is actually antique paper that I've got tons of. And I'm going to put this underneath there. So this is where I have to work out exactly what I'm doing. So if that is going to go there, let's just tear down there, just so I can get an idea of where I'm going with my pieces of paper. This is mixed media, so it does not need to be all cut and perfect and what have you. Right, so that is going down that edge. That is going to go on there. I do like that flat edge against there. So it's the bottom here. I just need to bob that on there just to get an idea where to tear that. A little bit in there. Right, so next thing is glue. I've got my glue stick, and on the back of this piece I put some glue. I've been making my own gift wrap as well. Instead of using wrapping paper, I've got brown bags. So I am going to, what I've been doing is this exact, the jelly. Well, I've gone a bit off there, haven't I? Oh well. Let's just tear it in a bit. I've been using the jelly plate technique, but on the brown bags. I haven't put the base layer on, I've just jelly plated straight onto the brown bags. Exactly like this. And with these tags, they look fab. Right, so that's on there. Let's get the poinsettia next. And put on the poinsettia. I'm actually going to stitch around the edge, but I'm going to do that off camera. I'll not do it on camera. You don't need to see me stitching around, because the choice is whether you want to stitch or not. It's purely yours. So that is going to go about there. Oh, I love it. I love it. Let's get the scissors. Oh, should I actually fold those around? I could do, couldn't I? Yeah, so what I'm going to do now is get some coffee stained paper, just like this. I'm going to put this on the back. I'm going to put it there so I can fold it round. I normally stick my paper on the back last because I don't want it to get messed up with paint, etc. But as I want to fold those round, I'm going to stick it on now. So let's pop that on there, like that. See where I'm going with this? Put some glue on these. And apparently we're headed for some really cold weather coming soon. I do like cold weather in winter, I must admit. So I'm just going to cut that off the edge of the tag. Yeah, I like cold weather in winter. I like the correct weather for the correct seasons, I must admit. And that is going to fold around there. That is looking really nice already. There we go. Yes, I do. I don't know about you. Can't do with the wrong weather for the wrong seasons. Just going to get a little bit of festive berry red oxide. And it's a Tim Holtz one. Just going to go around the edge of that. There, and I'm going to go to the other side. So these papers, and if you're wondering where I've got the poinsettia from, it's from GI Care, and it was last year's Christmas 23's paper collection. But I've got some left over, so I thought I might as well use it, because my colour schemes this year I'm trying to do red, green and gold. So right, let's get the crocodile and undo it. Punch my hole. Let's look for the middle, for diddle. There's my hole. Let's get my little grommet. So I'm taking my mum shopping later. Oh, I said, haven't I? Then she's coming back and probably watch a film or something. She'll have a meal with us. Evening meal, which my hubby's making tonight. We're having shepherd's pie. And that is sort of mincemeat, savoury mincemeat and gravy with a topping of mashed potatoes. Good. So that goes in there, like that. And then what I'm going to do on here is I want to stamp. Move that out of the way. So I'm going to stamp, and I've been using the Greetings of the Seasons, and it says it's by Petaluma CA, unless that's the place. made in the USA back in 1991. So, get my Versamark. I've been using the Tinsel, Paper Mania Tinsel Snowflake Embossing Powder. So I'm going to put this across at the top there. So let's get the Versamark on there. Let's get this well oiled up and we'll put it on. Greetings of the season. Go there. Oh, you will have to hear the heater, won't you? Because I'll have to heat this. The embossing powder. So that's on there. Ugh. Using all my strength. This is my piece of... It's a lovely coffee-dyed piece of paper, this, but I just seem to have been using it. So I'm going to carry on using it because I'll still... Even though it might have bits of paint and embossing and things on it, I'll still use it in mixed media projects. So let's do that. Greetings of the season. Oh, that's done really well. Normally when I'm on camera, they don't do that amazingly well when I choose to print or anything. And then let's get our blower. Sorry about this. At least I cut blowing time down by having some prepared. Right, if bits stick onto other parts of your tag, it doesn't really matter, it's Christmas. I think that's cooked. Yep. Right, so I'm going to put the ribbon in now before I do my sparkly bits. So where did I put my ribbon? I got it out. I got my ribbon out. There it is. So this is some gold ribbon that I actually got last year on presents, and I've just saved it. So I want to push this through there. Let's see if I can do it. Do it. I'm going to push it through with something pointed. Let's have a look. Got a little stick. Oh, it's gone through. Why is everything going to plan? That is very odd. So that's through. If I can't pull it, I'll just get my pliers. They're on here. It's a small craft room, this. Bigger than my last one. I'm not complaining, but I have to... I don't have to go very far, I should say. So I'm going to pull that through. Here we are. Let's get them together. Let's get our act together. I'm going to spread a little happiness. There we go. Last year I'd had, in the words of our late Queen, Annus Horribilis. So this year things have improved, and I am determined to have. Have I ever done that? I've lined all them up and still managed to cut it wrong. do not worry, because I will use all of these bits. They will be used. I've got a little bit jug going here. Everything will be used. There we go. Right, so I've got this sparkly green wool. Not sure where I got this from. So let's just take miles of this. Miles. Spread out happiness. So tomorrow, I was hoping this week to have been in New York with my two daughters. So to cut a long story short, obviously, I'm not in New York with my two daughters. I'm here in Bolton. So we are going to go tomorrow. Jess has gone to Edinburgh. So tomorrow we're going to go to a spa. We're having a spa day, the three of us, to make up. To make up for not being in New York. I'm in New York, Bolton. But I suppose it depends on the company. Whether I was in New York or in Bolton, I'm going to be with two of my children, my two beautiful daughters. And that is amazing. So we're having the day at the spa together tomorrow. Let's just take this piece. I'm just going to tie that around now. I don't know why I've done this the long way around. It's probably because I'm thinking of what could have been. Could have been shopping in New York. Anyway, we're going to spa tomorrow. The Woodlands Spa in Burnley, which is fantastic. Beautiful spa. So we've got that planned and we'll probably eat there and what have you. I'm sure we will. Sure we will. I'm just going to tie all of this around as well. So that's one. Two. So let's cut these. Let's cut them so they're a similar length. Oh, they are a similar length. Because I measured them. We had a tree fell down at work. No. Great big pine tree, fir tree. And it fell. I have a children's nursery, and there is a Islamic children's nursery behind, and the tree decided to split sheer in two, and half of it fell on the Islamic nursery, half of it fell on mine. My half fell onto the baby room, which luckily there were no babies in and the roof isn't damaged, but we can't use the baby room at the minute. And then back to this now, and the other half went onto the top of the nursery, but luckily, because my baby room is a flat roof room with no loft above it, but on the other nursery it went onto the loft. But it's not really caused too much damage because it just must have split and come down carefully. So that's caused a few problems, but we're getting there. Right, diamond glaze. Let's pop a little bit on here. The old diamond glaze. I love diamond glaze. I love it even more when it comes out of its bottle. So I must be a little bit blocked up there. Yeah, so that's been dealt with this week. So yes, it is covered by insurance. However, you have to pay for it first, which is fine. You could do without the expense at Christmas. In fact, you could do without that happening at Christmas, because we've got, you can imagine, we've got lots of Christmas parties and things going on this week. Santa's coming, next week Santa. So we're busy getting the roofs repaired, the trees down, then the roofs checked for damage Why is it not coming out? The trees check for damage as we go along. Not the trees. The trees are damaged. The roofs check for damage. Come on, Sharon. It's because of this not opening up now. Why? Why don't... Oh, well, that's one way of doing it. Let's put some diamond glaze on there. I don't think that was supposed to happen, but... Right, so, little paintbrush. And choose what you want to diamond glaze. So this dries like glass anyway. I love diamond glaze. So you could just leave it like that. Now if you haven't got diamond glaze, it doesn't matter, you can just use PVA glue. You know, the old Elmer's school glue. Let's just do a little bit like on some of these poinsettia. Yeah, so that's been sorted out this week. So you try and look all nice for Christmas and you've got blooming men on your roof and up your tree and... Oh. Anyway, at least it didn't come out or come down at Christmas when there was nobody there. Because we're shut for a week. Right. There we go, that's pretty. Let's put that back in there. So my son's been dealing with that anyway. But, you know, we've ended up with 3 tree surgeons there and nothing's just an easy job, is it? So there we go, season's greetings, and you can see the diamond dust glittering away on there. So that is my homemade tag made from scraps of card, paper scraps, cuttings left from last year, ribbon and wool, wool from charity shop, ribbon that from presents from last year. The only thing I think that's bought are the tools and the little grommet there. So thank you for watching. Now I've got to decide. I knew I'd end up with some paint on there no matter what. Never mind, Jess won't mind a bit of paint on the tag. Oh, the more I rub. Oh well, Jess won't mind a bit of paint on a tag. It all adds to that beautiful homemade look. So I hope you like it. Season's greetings to you all, and hopefully I should be back with another tag or another home make soon. So thank you for watching. Bye bye.